So, The Flash will trudge on with an 8th season. Oh, put the poor guy out of his misery. But, so, apparently they're going to do an adaptation of the Armageddon storyline, which involved a superhero turning evil and becoming this villain called Monarch, who ultimately kills all the other superheroes. And so this time-traveling guy named Wave Rider travels back in time to the early 90s in that case to discover which of the superheroes was going to become the evil Monarch. And the problem with it had this guessing game mystery plot as to, well, which one did. And because the identity got leaked and spoiled it, at the last minute they changed it and decided to drop the original character that was supposed to become the villain, Captain Atom, and they changed it to Hawk of Hawk and Dove. The problem is that the plot elements had already been established that made this kind of not possible. And it fizzled and was pretty much trashed. So here comes CW to take that one, and well, since it was already pretty bad, maybe they can revive it and make it work. The odds are pretty bad. Now they've cast Despero to be a part of this crossover series they're going to do this event with the Flash, and other characters will be showing up. But they've cast this actor Tony Curran. He of course, recognize him as having played Vincent Van Gogh and Doctor Who. So, and he would have made a good Doctor himself. Kind of looks like he could have, but oh, right. No, he can't do that anymore. So he's going to be Despero. Well, is he going to look like this guy? Could it be a CGI character? But then again, the CGI is pretty bad for CW, unless it's Stargirl or Superman. So maybe they'll skip that and just put a third eye on his head, and that's that. That's pretty cheap. Or paint him purple, or not purple, pink, I guess. Because over here at Cosmic Book News, it's the same article type deal. You got this image of him apparently on Instagram working out, getting in shape for Despero. So don't know if he'll be that huge, but but if that's what they do, yeah, it might work. Shave his head, paint it pink, and put a fin on it. Might work. So some of the returning characters, one of which will be Brandon Routh as the Atom. Now, considering the original identity of Monarch was Captain Atom, are they going to do this to the Atom? And since he was this lovable, funny guy in the series and a rather lighthearted character, and then turned him evil. Now, look, it could, depending on if you're able to craft that story, it might work. But I don't know, and especially for poor Brandon Routh, who just loves playing superheroes. It might be a bit of a kick in the nuts. But so he'll be a part of this crossover series. They've got Batwoman will show up, Black Lightning, Supergirl's sister, and a couple others I don't remember. Oh, Ryan Choi. Now, Ryan Choi is the second Atom, so maybe that's when he'll succeed Ray Palmer, and especially if Ray Palmer sees he becomes a villain in the future, he has to sacrifice himself to prevent that from happening. And then Ryan Choi takes over. Tom Cavanaugh, just can't get away, So he'll come back once again as Reverse Flash. And then Neil McDonough will be Damien Dark. So there you go, some returning Arrow characters. Gee, which one of them? Well, of course, the Reverse Flash and Damien Dark, if they become the villain, it doesn't really matter. But with Despero being there, I don't recall Despero being a part of the Armageddon story. So I don't know, are they just going to swap him out for it? Or will Wave Rider not appear and Despero is actually looking to find out who becomes the real villain when he's supposed to be the villain? Despero was a villain from the early days of Justice League, and all he has mental powers and that sort of thing. And so I don't know how he would play into it, but It's funny though that this is a comic book story that fizzled and it's not well liked, considering how it eventually got retconned and whatnot. I think they said it was all a secret plot by Mordru or something like that. But anyway, what elements of it would they maintain to follow this sort of mystery? If that's kind of the whole thing about it, was that, oh, someone turns into a monster. I don't think any of them would turn into Despero, especially since they've cast an actor to play him. But maybe Despero is the investigator, searching and probing their minds to see who's going to become this evil villain in the future. And so, since if that's the case they're pursuing, then oh boy, it might be Adam. Because as far as I know, they haven't introduced any versions of Captain Adam in CW stories, so he's not available, and it would have to be someone that's established and known within the stories for it to have any impact. I doubt that it would be the Flash himself, because they've already done that plot line with Savitar, because that was the whole thing. It was the whole season-long villain. Oh, who is he? And, of course, in the end, it's Barry Allen, but a remnant of Barry Allen. Yeah, don't try to explain it. It was really stupid. So anyway, there you are, Season 8. Will it give the Flash a good send-off? Because, come on, it's got to be the final one. They haven't said it is yet, but, oh, man. And there's some claiming they want to go till 10. Oh, jeez. Because if they could cobble together something and actually try and give them a good send-off, that would be a nice way to end it. But, oh, man, that last season was terrible. Now, granted, COVID got in the way. It did, but the previous season was pretty bad, too. So, it just, there were some shots they couldn't do, so it messed it up and all that. And derailed their original plot. But there are some other things derailed their plot, too, which was unnecessary. But, rather dubious that they'll pull something off here. But, again, like I always say, like with reboots and stuff, why don't you pick something that failed and see if you can turn it into gold? So Armageddon failed, so CW up to the challenge to turn it into gold. Yeah, probably not. But, I guess maybe we'll see if I choose to watch it. But jury's still out on that decision. Thanks for watching and listening. Say, while you're still here, why not like and subscribe and share with your many friends? Yes. Also, check out my mini stores in the link description below. Yes, where you can get t-shirts, hats, mugs, all those goodies with my artwork on them. Oh, yeah. And head over to indieplanet.com and pick up a copy of my comic book, Night Night. Oh, yeah. You can also catch me at my podcast, Mr Nailsin Show, on RadioMisfits.com. And you can also watch my videos on BitChute.com and now on Rumble.com. Oh, my goodness. So many places to watch me and my stuff. Oh, yeah. And if that's not enough for you, well, you can follow me on many social media platforms and say hi to your old pal, Mr. Nailsin.